Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Unlimited Truth. And just because right now there's two of us doesn't mean that we're going to be light on the subject. We're going to be light on the fire, none of that stuff. It just means that my brother Other Zinc and I are going to pick up the slack. So before we get into tonight's topics, uh, Other Zinc, introduce yourself, my brother.
I 100% represent the chat, and I'll get into it. But I'm going to take the advice of one of our chat members uh, because it was going to be bad today. But it's still going to be bad, but it was going to be real bad had this chat member not stepped in on the show on Sega Man's. I think it was Sega Man's show. But yeah, that's me, man. Other Zinc represents the chat, and that's it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Smitty Smith? Hey, so I'm going to start off with this, Zinc. Earlier this week on Monday specifically, Bonnie Ross, head of 343 Industries, put out that she's stepping down from her role, right? And it was due to family emergency. And for the record, before I get into everything, I hope and pray her family's all right. And I want the best for him, because at the end of the day, that's going to come first before all of this stuff. Family's always going to come first. So
Right.
so well wishes to Bonnie Ross. Uh, Unfortunately, it couldn't be left at that, right? Unfortunately, for some reason, and because it's Halo, because it's Xbox, or whatever the case, the gaming community have to rub their nose in it on her, and that's where I draw the line, Zinc.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just letting the woman go out in peace after the amazing job she did, by the way, for getting
Mm-hmm.
343 together, for getting 70% of Bungie's crew to get
Mm-hmm.
Halo to where it is now,
Mm-hmm.
for when they took over the Halo IP after Bungie left.
Mm-hmm.
And all the women and the woman received a lot of unnecessary backlash. And it was
Mm-hmm.
backlash from the YouTubers, the likes of that bitch ass Dreamcast guy. Did
Mm-hmm.
you see? Did you see that video? I didn't watch the video, but I just saw the title of it. And he put out Bonnie Ross steps down. Is Halo dead? And insulting
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I even saw Halo and Xbox fans, Zinc,
Yep.
who were somehow acting like their stupid ass tweets or whatever, or their stupid ass videos, or their complaining was
Or
the
they
reason she
fence
stepped down.
sitting.
Yeah, or their fence sitting is the reason she stepped down, and they took some kind of odd victory over it, over a
Yes.
woman who left to take care of her family.
Hmm.
That this isn't. Look, listen, guys, this isn't some weird coincidence conspiracy theory where Microsoft told her to, hey, we're gonna give you this excuse, but we're really firing you. No, man,
Hmm.
she does a great job at her career, at her job there at 343, and so just let what's up, Tuck? And so, man, and
Tuck,
hey,
your background, Tuck.
yeah, Tuck,
Yeah,
man.
I was cut down.
All right, thanks, brother. Yeah, so and that's where I draw the line, Zink, and that's kind of been my beef. I've been really, really, really angry, upset, whatever, however you want to put it, Zink, at the gaming community lately because of stuff like this. Because they can't seem to separate gaming from reality, and so Bonnie Ross gets attacked by people
Hmm.
over something that's out of her control. All right. First of all,
Hmm.
Halo ain't dead, so please stop that nonsense. All
Hmm.
these guys who were complaining were playing that Halo. Man, they had something this last weekend. I forgot what was some kind of event that was a success for Halo. People
Hmm.
who are getting access to Forge are doing incredible things already, and it's in
Hmm.
beta.
Hmm.
I've seen some people put Halo in the cyberpunk world. Right. I saw
Hmm.
a video
And
of that
Minecraft.
Minecraft world. Minecraft world, some incredibly creative stuff.
Hmm.
And for them, Zinc, to turn around and attack Bonnie Ross, and for those who are attacking her, it's cowardly. It's what I hate about the gaming community, man. And
Hmm.
so I want to get your thoughts, man, because I know that's why I had you here. That's why that's why I tailored this podcast around your timetable. So I wanted to get your thoughts, man, because I know you are the Halo guy, man. You like I remember you said that you played it for like 20 times with your kid and all this stuff. So let me get
That
your
that
thoughts.
is inaccurate. That would be a 100 times
Oh,
unlimited.
100
100
times.
plus.
Forgive me.
You ready for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look here. It's the most insulting thing I've ever heard in the College of Business. Since
Mhm.
I've studied business and when I was in college, graduated in December 91, this is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm damn sick of it. Shout out to Dia 4568
Yeah.
because she said she doesn't like it when we argue so much amongst each other in the Halo community. So I'm going to dial how vigorously I was going to defend this woman. I'm going to dial it back about 50%, but I'm still going to throw fastballs. Okay. Let's start with We Bleed Green podcast.
Hmm.
They had Nethos on. Nethos is a supposed Halo guy. But there are good things and there are bad things. My boy Ramo and I were talking today, and we all talk to him all the time. The internet can be a great thing, and it could be the worst thing. The
Right.
worst thing is it gives people a voice that shouldn't have a voice. And
Yeah.
then they grow to be big YouTubers and they start talking all this shit like they're in the boardroom. Tim Dog, nobody is talking to you from that boardroom. If they were, you would not say some of the dumb shit you say. And I like Tim Dog. We all like Tim Dog, but you know what? I'm sick of this shit. So I'm pointing your ass out tonight.
Now,
Okay.
now, now, what did he say exactly, Zink?
Just it's a series of things. I didn't write them down, but it's a series of things Tim Dog has said, well, especially dogging out Halo, what he's
Mhm.
heard about how bad the slip space engine is. I tell you what, I forget it. I'll get on Tim Dog now. Okay. And I wasn't even going to talk about Tim Dog, but when people say they know things, no, you don't, or you wouldn't say what you do. Like he said, so many problems with the slip space engine. And now today, somebody left from that was one of the leads on the slip space engine. Let's look at what the slip space engine has done. You have never seen gameplay like this
Nope.
ever. Not on no console. So how bad is the slip space engine, Tim Dog? Everybody talking. Hey, how is Fortnite's Forge mode? Can you do some of the shit that we've seen in that? Can't do that.
Doesn't exist.
Let me go back to who I really wanted to destroy. This dude Nethos
Hmm.
on talking about Bonnie Ross and all of the so-called problems that they're having. If you want to, if if this is your problem that you're having and it's campaign couch co-op, that's your problem. And
Yeah. Yeah.
meanwhile, you're talking all of this shit about God of War, and everybody's swearing down this shit look so good. I see the exact same fog in the background. In the immediate background, I see the
Mhm.
same four stupid ass enemies that will not attack you, and this son of a bitch still can't jump. But it's great, right? Now, hey, I'll bet you wish the slip space engine was in God of War because that ain't shit. Let's talk about Bonnie Ross. Let's talk about what she's done. See, this is how you know you're talking to people that are uneducated. This goes for all of you motherfuckers that dog Bonnie Ross out. Here you have Halo, $1 billion franchise. Without Halo, Xbox is not here. People say, oh, Xbox is all in. Too bad they wasn't spending money. They stole Bungie from underneath Apple. Big fat Apple took them, right? So they
Yep.
have Bungie. Bungie made three great games. Meanwhile, after Halo, every Halo game was criticized before it came out.
Yep.
Everybody tried to dog it out. I don't forget that shit. Okay. So now Halo is huge. The real reason Bungie left Halo is because Microsoft gave a huge bonus to the coalition, to the Gears team, the people, Cliff Blazinski and all of those guys.
Right.
Well, Jason Jones and his group, they was like, hey, we built the Xbox. Where's ours? Well, we don't do that at Microsoft. This is a true story. We don't, you're employed here. We don't give bonuses like that. And you work here. They wanted to leave. That's what started them to leave. Okay. Not this not this shit that they had another IP that they wanted to make. That wasn't in question.
Right.
Okay, that wasn't it. That's why the split was the way it was. And when they left that day hurt bad. They were That's the time when they were about to give up Bungie. Okay, give up Halo rather. Halo was gone until one chick stepped up. One. One chick stepped up. Bonnie Ross came in and said, "Hey, let me have it." The bosses at Microsoft, since everybody want to say Microsoft bosses are sinister and they only do things like this because they're so controlling. Bonnie Ross said, "Let me take the Halo franchise. Okay, let me have it." Bonnie, you don't have any employees, none. How are you going to make this game? She said, "Let me have it." All right, Bonnie, you committing? They were telling her she's committing career suicide, just like they told Ed Fries when he took over the Xbox project. Okay,
Yeah.
Imagine this going from 0 employees to 1,200 plus.
Mm.
And I do. People don't say, "Oh, I'm a Halo fan." No, you're not, because we read the Halo books, we saw all of the Halo videos, we saw things in '97 that people didn't even see.
Yep.
Okay, now all of a sudden, I always said this, man. I want to know more about the Forerunners. You know, what does Bonnie Ross and the team do? Soon as Halo 4 gets here, they introduce us to the Forerunners. The Didact said the Forerunners have returned. I think about that shit all the time. The Didact is there. The Librarian is there. We understand now how Master Chief got extra power, dude, because of this chick. Okay, because humans were the holders of the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come with Atriox and Halo. Well, they first had Halo Wars. Then some clown on dealer show said that wasn't Microsoft that did that. Everything is done underneath the building of 343, dude, and Bungie, all of it. Okay, they just don't give shit away, and it just goes. It just, we'll let you do this and whatever you come up with. No, because it has to pertain to the Halo universe. Then she comes up with Halo Wars 2. Atriox is the greatest villain created last gen, period,
Right.
2017.
Yep.
Then everybody say we want new enemies. So in Halo 5, we get the Didact, we get the Librarian. Halo Wars, we get Atriox. Then Halo 5, we get the Prometheans. Then Halo Infinite, we get what's the endless. When they said somebody is that we have enemies that are far worse than a flood. Who? What? Nothing. That's impossible. So I can't wait to find out this shit, right? So, but
Yep.
everyone wants instant gratification, like that stupid ass Destin. The story didn't have an end. Hey, stupid ass, this is not C Spot Run. This is not a stupid ass Sony story, okay? When you have a Halo universe, it's a true universe. Everybody, all of these people that say, listen, hey, the one thing about marketing, they taught us to listen.
Right.
Listen to your client, because they're going to say something that you need. Okay. So you listening it to your client. And this is how I catch all of these double talking jokers. Everybody's swearing down Sony is the master of the YouTube narrative, third person, over the shoulder, single player narrative, story driven games. If your stories were so great, why don't you have one franchise with 40 plus novels attached to it and 3 encyclopedia like Halo does? Okay? Why do you not have that? Then let's keep going. Now let's go to We Bleed Green podcast. They had Nethos on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nethos, everybody know he could play some Halo, but here's where the YouTube comes in at. And all of these people that's hating on Halo, it's not Halo people, it's not Xbox people. The ones just pushing this are those crazy ass Sony fans that change their account and they just barrage everything Halo. Somebody said that they had to cut the comment section off for Bonnie Ross, and that's a problem. No, it's
Big
not.
problem.
It's always a problem with anything Microsoft. That's why they don't turn the
Yeah,
comment
that's true.
section.
That's true.
Right, ain't it? That's why they don't turn the comment section on Forza Horizon 5. When they have those shows, they have maybe 2 shows a month on
Mm.
Forza Horizon. They turn the comment section off because Sony fans come in there fucking the place up.
Yep.
Okay, back to Bonnie Ross, dude. So you got a chick that took the one of the biggest franchises and made it bigger. Every game that came out under her leadership outsold its predecessor. Halo 5 sold so much it was ridiculous. It obliterated like
Didn't it make like $500 million the first
it was like
weekend or something like
it
that?
was like $540 million.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first weekend, right?
Yep, yep. And
Yeah.
then you have Halo Infinite. It made all of its research and development money back in the first month. It had over
Mm,
28 million players. But people don't want to talk about that shit. And they bought so much shit. They all of those
yeah,
little
yeah.
$20 and $10. Dude, there was so much money spent. They made all of their money back. So they said, okay, now we can perfect more things. Now that everybody, let's dial it back and let's make sure everything is right. You can't do that. Not hear people Rand. Everybody trusts Rand. I think they lost money on Halo. He said that the other day. One of my boys clipped is like, hey man, listen to this dude here. So I listened to this. So he's over here saying that they probably lost money. Dude, they ain't lose no money on this game.
Hold on, before you continue on your excellent. By the way, Tuck, this has got to be our brother Zink at his all time high, and I
Oh
hate
yeah.
to interrupt you,
No,
but
you go ahead.
I found it funny he says the word probably lost money. What facts do you have to back that up?
Zero. The facts that he has to back that up is the calamity that's going around it right now. All because they people want to say they're lying. They didn't complete the roadmap that they told us. Hey, maybe some shit didn't work. Then some clown said, well, modders made split screen co-op work. No, that's what they used from what they had already, and they just
Mhm.
allowed you guys to play it for a while. That's all they did. Dude, Microsoft lead the country in security. You think
Yeah,
if they don't want you to play something, they're not gonna let you play it. Okay? They'll take the shit out and you can't get it. You can't trick your way back into it. But back to Bonnie Ross. So this chick, every game she has is more successful than its predecessor, but nothing is ever good enough. Just like Shisno Elite says,
mhm.
nothing is ever good enough. And Ryan McCaffrey did a show about 4 years ago with Bonnie Ross on there. And he was trying to get Bonnie Ross to say the Halo story is bad. She said no. And without insulting him to his face, she said people just didn't take the time to understand it.
Right.
I understood it, but Ryan is too incompetent to understand it. And we all know he's a Sony fanatic anyway. You could tell
Maybe they need their handheld like in these Sony games. You know,
they do.
maybe they need theater actors to do the voice acting in these games or some shit, and over dramatize everything, or just flat out spell it out that hey, Master Chief is supposed to be on the run,
Yeah,
instead of just letting the story play out as is.
let them make their story, dude. And that's the thing. Let them make their story. Dude, you can't figure out the Halo story. No one can. I listen to the best Halo guys. No, like Dr. Vaca. He knows more than me. But we could go at it all the time and talk about Halo. But it's people that know more than us. And we get a lot of information from them. If they don't know, how the fuck you know? We've never heard of the Endless. Let's see where it takes us. So this chick have all of this stuff going on, man, and then people want to dog out the Halo Master Chief collection. And here's what I'm talking about.
Still,
Listen to the inconsistencies here. You're bashing the shit out of Halo Master Chief collection. Bonnie stays with it. There are 10 million players on the sorry ass PC playing this game. Okay. Sony don't have all of Sony's exclusives combined can't get 10 million current players on it. You can't do it. So they said it released horribly, right? And this one guy was dogging the shit out of Halo Master Chief Collection. This was like 2 months afterwards, right? He said it didn't work. It didn't work. I gave him my gamer tag and I said I beat every single game inside of a month. No, you didn't. They looked up my gamer tag on air and they were like, yes, he did. It's timestamped. And I said, so how fucking broke was it? Let's fast forward it now to the Uncharted collection.
right.
Everybody swore up and down. That was great, right? They cut the multiplayer out.
Oh, as Sony seems to love cutting out multiplayer in their games.
And here's the thing, Unlimited and Tuck, no one says shit. There's
No,
no outrage. These are the most inconsistent bastards on the planet. Let's go back to Bonnie Ross, a lady that took over a company, one of the biggest franchises in gaming history,
mhm,
had no employees and built these games under her title. Then, when she leaves, first of all, people, you stupid motherfuckers, no one at Microsoft gets fired, especially a female that's been there for 28 years. When someone gets fired at Microsoft, you don't hear shit about them. They
no.
don't let you talk. See, can anybody locate Terry Myerson to this day?
Hey
Seriously, think about that, Unlimited and Tuck. No one has ever heard from this dude ever again. Even if
man,
you went,
I remember when Don Matrick left, and then all of a sudden he's at some place called Zynga,
he's
and
at
I'm like,
Zing.
what? Where did this dude go?
Yeah,
Zynga.
he
I
went to
never
Zing.
heard of it at the time. Now I know what Zynga is. But at
Yeah,
the time, like 2015, I'm like,
yeah,
I thought they shipped this dude off to the moon or something.
absolutely. And then check it out though. Here, but the thing about Microsoft, they're visionaries. All of that stuff that Don Matrick tried to do, look at your Xbox now. It's
Yep.
exactly his vision. It's
Your
exactly
PlayStation too.
your PlayStation, all your games, except for maybe Nintendo. I don't know what the hell they doing over there.
Even they have cloud games like the Resident Evil games are going to be playable via cloud and stuff like that.
Right.
And Guardians of the Galaxy was cloud only on Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, hey, I'm gonna say this last thing because I want to get Tuck in here and you Unlimited because I could smack on Bonnie Ross all day because she's just too powerful. I'll end it back to We Be Bleed Green podcast and this Nethos that they had on there.
Mhm.
Okay, so they switched to talking about Jim Ryan.
Right.
And Nethos got mad. Now, this is way after he finished obliterating Bonnie Ross, talking about how ain't shit she is, talking about how horrible the slip space engine is when there is no engine better than that. Hey, Nethos, if the slip space engine is so bad, hey, Unlimited, we were talking in the green room about Forge mode and how these motherfuckers making Minecraft and shit in the
Yeah.
damn game. Okay. And what did you say? Cyberpunk. You
Yeah.
know,
The
they
cyber.
making so much crazy stuff in this game. You can't do this with nothing Sony's doing. So let's get back to We Believe Green podcast and Nethos. So later on, this is what it means to be a marketing graduate. You
Mhm.
keep listening. So later on, when people think I'm not listening anymore, no, I'm listening. Nepo gives us this gem. Okay, they switch back to Jim Ryan
Mhm.
and they start talking about Call of Duty. So Neethles jumps up and said, I just don't believe this. Jim Ryan shouldn't be crying. You mean to tell me? He said, this is a quote. He said, Sony has the best developers in the world. You got Naughty Dog. You got
Oh
Insomniac.
Lord.
Hey, Nethos, let's look at, okay, you got Naughty Dog and Insomniac. Let's stay right there. Your leader, Jim Ryan, I know he didn't know Brazil's what came out in court came to us. He told you we don't have shit compared to Call of Duty. So back to Nethos. Nethos says Sony has the best, not some of. He said they have the best developers in the world. He mentioned Naughty Dog. He mentioned Insomniac, and he said Phil Spencer is giving you 7 years to make a Call of Duty equivalent. Absolutely, they can do that with developers like that. Hey, Nethos, you stupid motherfucker. These jokers haven't made a Halo killer in 22 years. So now all of a sudden, magically, they're going to come up with a Call of Duty killer in 7 years? Really? Are you that stupid? See, dude, eh, when you hear stupid people talk, just let them keep running their mouth. Eventually they'll catch themselves. And for every single Xbox guy that's talking all of this shit, everything they say, it's like Tuck and Unlimited, it's like Halo is being held to a standard that the only thing or human that was held to a standard greater than the sum of any means is LeBron James.
Right.
I don't know if y'all remember that, but when this dude was coming out of high school, it was so much hoopla and hype about him and what he couldn't do. And this dude did everything and then some. And the
Yeah.
most hated thing they could come up with with about LeBron is him making a career choice and moving because his owner is a racist and he moved to
Miami.
Miami. He made a career move and y'all hated him for that. And then even after the racist owner got fined by the NBA because of his scathing letter he wrote about LeBron, LeBron came back. He wanted to win for Cleveland. And that goes back to what I'm gonna say this last thing. Like he bot had a good show yesterday, and he was mad about a lot of things, and rightfully so. And but what LeBron did coming back to Cleveland because he wanted to win one for his hometown, Akron. Okay, he wanted to win one for that area, right? When Phil Spencer pays, this is the Hebot. When Phil Spencer pays for something that wasn't on Xbox, he's thinking, you know what? Yeah, y'all took it away from us for a year. Hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll spend my own money and give it to my people for free. We don't have to pay for it. He just throw it in the Game Pass. But what I do agree with Hebot on, even though getting Activision is sinister all by itself,
Mhm.
since Jim Ryan was crying and bitching out in public like that, I'd reduce his time to 1 month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, this is all you get 1 month time to have Call of Duty. And after this month, we not sending no new copies. So whoever don't buy your shit inside, no, let's fuck a month in an hour. They have an hour to buy Call of Duty. You ain't getting no updates after this hour. So after 61 minutes, you're done. I'd insult the shit out of them. But anyway, man, y'all get some of this.
Hey man, before I move on to Tuck Master, we just witnessed history, man. Others think to say he went in is an understatement. And the crazy thing, Tuck, that's him holding back. All
I'm
right,
holding back.
I could imagine what would have been like if he took the chains off and just went really in on him, man. Hey, but Tuck
Real
Master,
quick, man, it was bad because I was so upset at We Bleed Green podcast, and you know I like them motherfuckers over
yeah,
there. But I was so upset in that chat. Dirk was like, "Man, Zink going off." So I'm glad Diaz saw that and was like, "Hey, man, without cussing me out." Dear 4568 said, "Hey, I just don't like it when we argue amongst each other like that."
right, right.
Okay, so I did pull back, but go ahead, man.
Hey, I mean, and before I move on to Tuck, let me shout out the chat, man. Smitty Smith, Jeremy Brown, Xbox All In, my brother Sega Forever, Radiance 96, J Con 79, Yasid Baiz, and Louis Frag. Everybody, thank you for joining us today. Because again, it's a little earlier than usual, but that's all right. Everybody who's joining, trust me, I thank you for watching. Even if it's for 5 seconds, I thank you for watching, commenting, and everything. And Tuck Master, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Tuck. Back on Monday, Bonnie Ross stepped down as head of 343 Industries, right? And
Right.
historically, she did an amazing job. To guys like me and Zink here, who understands the history of what she did there in her 28 years of Microsoft. The gaming community wants us to believe that she quote unquote got fired, even though she's stepping down for family reasons. So I want to get your input, Tuck. What do you think about the Bonnie Ross situation? You know, and what do you think about her job at 343 and working for Microsoft for 28 years and your and the quote unquote gamers reaction to it?
Okay, y'all. See, number one, this is I'm just an ordinary plain guy. I don't know the history about her with Microsoft and all that stuff. All I know is that she made Halo for what it is. Okay, but when you got a person that wants to just be with her family and that she gave the service to Microsoft for 28 years, that is her choice. She did not get fired, and that's it. She did not get fired, and that she just want to step away. So people just need to just leave it alone. But
Mhm.
but the day how society is now, they don't know how to leave it alone because that's how they are today. They so doggone negative minded. These people don't even think about the positive things at all. I mean, if the girl got family problems at home, she got family problems at home. So
Right.
I don't see her. I don't see no problem with her stepping away. None. After 28 years, and you know she got money. After 28 years at Microsoft, you know she got stock in Microsoft big time.
Tuck,
So
I apologize for interrupting you. Everybody that leaves Microsoft after that many years, they're multimillionaires.
oh heck yeah,
And,
yeah.
and that's in a literal sense.
So if she decides that she want to step away, that's good for her. That's good for her. And the thing about it, hey, and like you said, Elder Zink, the franchise, the Halo franchise is going to be a-okay with her or without her. So I'm not worried. I mean, these people, I just don't get it. I mean, Microsoft is what? Halo is what? What kind of what happened? $1 billion franchise? How much million?
No, Tuck, it's $5.5 billion.
Billion. Yep.
Okay, so let me ask you this, y'all. So if they worth that much, what make you think they're not gonna be okay? They're gonna be okay.
To
But
top
these
it off,
people,
Tuck, like you saying, let her retire on her own. Hey, you know she wasn't fired because
right?
they calculated three people had to replace this dude. Three people had to replace her. Three. Hey,
Right.
hold on. Hey, and let's get this straight. I always want you guys to hear this. They had to replace her with three people. And I'm gonna tell you this about my uncle. He was so big at Polaroid, they bought him out. He controlled literally three-fourths of the country,
Mm.
okay, in sales. They replaced him with like 28 college kids, okay, because he controlled that much of the region. All right. Back to
Yeah.
Bonnie Ross. It took three people, and I don't want y'all to forget this. She It took three people to replace what she had created from zero employees.
Yeah. That's that. I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds like an impossible task, if you will, on her level of success on what she did with 343 and the Halo IP in general, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, and for her to do all that, and for gamers to not appreciate it, it's unimaginable to me. Okay, even if you don't know the step to step details, she has been there for 28 years. Nobody works somewhere for 28 years and is a failure at their job. That's just not happening.
Well,
Well,
then
yeah, hey, Tuck. I called Unlimited and another lie. Hey, Unlimited. Uh, Shannon Loftus worked for 29 years at Microsoft, and that dog walker from Florida said she wouldn't shit.
Well, you got to understand, Zink. The type of training and the eye to detail you have to walk a dog is nothing comparable to uh Shannon Loftus' position, because apparently dog walking is the most prestigious thing out there, and we should respect him at all costs because he apparently knows better than people who actually work at Microsoft.
I apologize. I stand corrected.
I mean, the
Yeah.
only
So
thing I don't get about the whole thing, fellas, just that it's not, and this one thing I'm gonna tell the Xbox community with these so-called Xbox dudes, it's none of our business about what this woman want to do with the rest of her life. She's been with this company for 28 damn years. Hell, come on. I mean, if she want to retire, that's her business. That's
Colt,
her business if she want to step away.
you two just made me remember something else. While
So
we're talking about this, let me jump in here one more time. Listen to this. They talked about these contractors, right? All industries use contractors. And what they saying about Microsoft is a bold-faced lie. Because one of my boys, he worked for a prominent company. I can't say who it was, but I could tell y'all later. But he worked for a prominent software company. He made so much money, he retired. So the same software company was like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, where's the one guy at?" Okay. Now, this is somebody I could call right now. It's not somebody that works that I can't touch, that I can't reach out to. Okay, I could call him right now. They wanted him because he went up to Microsoft for 4 days out of a week, like twice a month. Okay, 2 separate weeks out of a month, and he lives here in Illinois. This dude retired. The people at Microsoft were like, whoa, 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 where's this guy at? He has been working at Microsoft under contract work for like the last 10 years.
Mm.
So Jason Schreier with your lying bitch ass, shut the fuck up, dude. This is why. Hey, you know what? You know a reason why I never lost a debate in the College of Business. We have these groups, and like I said, our professors put us in groups against each other, just like Microsoft and Apple does. We use their methodology for our teaching. Okay, I never lost a battle because while other groups were researching the Wall Street Journal and newspapers and things like that, I was in the library with the industrial Moody's industrial manual with the
Yeah.
annual reports. I was getting actual shit, actual numbers, while these stupid motherfuckers listening to journalists with no business degree. But you gonna come into a battle with me using journalist words?
Mm.
Bad mistake. Go ahead, guys.
Hey,
That's what I was gonna say. Back to the contract work. The main thing I was gonna say is this. Hey, everybody in the chat, I want you to think about this. Every time you cross a fucking bridge, every time you walk through a building, every time you pick your child up from school, every time you walk to a school and you watch your kids at a basketball game, a band concert, a baseball game, a softball game, a football game, know that school was built by a general contractor and all of the employees were subcontractors. So when you cross that bridge and there's a bunch of water under there, and if that bridge broke and you fell and hit that water, everything that you drive on, the street that you're driving on right now, those are people that's listening, had subcontractors there. I'm a fucking subcontractor. Okay. We know our shit. All right. So just because you have subcontractors on something, which is every developer does, doesn't mean that it's a faulty product. Stupid. Go ahead, man.
hey man, you're absolutely spot on. And let me shout out our brother Sega Man, Sega Man 101. He said, "What's up, everybody? Big shout out to the chat and the Unlimited Truth with my brother Unlimited Productions." Hey man, everybody watching, go ahead and follow Sega Man 101 on his channel as well, where he does the Alpha podcast. And hey man, I'll say this. Sega Man is a funny dude, man, and this should be he's a good shit talker too, man. Follow Sega Man if you want some entertainment. Hey, what's up, E-Rock?
Oh
Hey,
shit. Rock in the house too. Let's go.
What's
what's
up,
going on,
E-Rock? How
fellas?
you doing, man?
Hey,
What's
not
up, man?
much, man. We're just talking about Bonnie Ross stepping down at 343, and how someone who's worked at Microsoft for 28 years didn't get fired. No, and so all the conspiracy theorists out there who act like their videos and their tweet led to her losing her position. That didn't
Yep.
happen. All right, she's dealing with a family emergency. That's why she stepped down. And so Zink, you missed Zink. Zink was brilliant today. But I do want to ask you, since you're here, my brother E-Rock, what are your thoughts on Bonnie Ross, her job at 343, and the gaming community's lack of respect towards her?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I, I,
Yeah,
I'm,
man.
I'm, I'm sorry I was late, man. I was just watching a
No,
great movie with
no need to apologize, E-Rock. It's like family, man. Sometimes family comes late, sometimes they're in early. The the fact that you here, man, is all that matters. So you good, my brother.
Yeah, I was just watching a great movie with Saoirse Ronan and Margot Robbie called Mary Queen of Scots.
Uh-huh.
Very good movie, very interesting movie, historical, all of that stuff. And it ties into the whole thing that people need to get fucking lives. They need to get lives and do something else besides obsess about all of this fucking foolishness. Bonnie Ross, the gentleman last year who had to step down because of a family emergency. People have to step down and leave for all sorts of reasons. Doesn't have nothing to do with you. Doesn't have nothing to do with anything you write on Twitter. I want to get this straight right now to whoever's listening, whether it's 100, Mr. 100, whether it's anybody else in the chat, if you know anything about A-Rod X, you know I'm older now, right? I have very little tolerance for bullshit, whether it's from my family, whether it's from past employers. I've walked away from jobs, whether it's future employers, whether it's God. I have little tolerance for bullshit, right? So I've been around businesses and in businesses for probably more years than some of you have been alive. People walk away from jobs all the time, all the time, all the time. And in the corporate world, people they leave Tasty Cake and go to Little Debbie's. They leave Coca-Cola and go to Samsung. They leave Samsung and they go to Tesla. That's just life. Nothing.
Let me tell you right now. Let me interfere on that, E-Rock. I'm gonna give you a good example. It's like a couple years ago, we had a lady retire from the VA hospital. This is how funny some people are, and this is on the job. Even though that she retired. You still got people telling lies. Oh, she got fired and all that stuff. That's what kind of society that we living in. I mean, it's just the fact that people is. I mean, she retired, but people got that. Oh, she got fired. I said no, she retired. I mean, it's strange, but people in society in the day they cry, moan, and bitch about every little thing that anybody does. So if this lady walked away, the first thing will say, "Oh, she got fired," and it is very clearly that she just walked away. She just was wanting to spend time with her family, which is understandable. But you got so many people out in this world today that just want to believe the negative bull crap that people talk about today. People don't want to think about positive stuff. They want to hear all the negative stuff about a person. And that is the truth. That person can be the nicest damn person in the whole world. But 10, 10, 11, when it comes down to it, they're going to always try to talk shit about that person. And that's it. It's either one or two things. Either they don't like that person for no reason at all. And I'm going to tell you what my dad told me a long damn time ago when I was around 18, 17 years old.
Get out.
He said, if you don't like a person, he said, if you don't like a
That was
person,
fucked up, E-Rock.
and this is what he said to me. If you don't like a person and you don't know the reason why you don't like that person, that is a you problem. That is not a they problem. That is a you problem. And you got to deal with that. So my dad told me that when I was 19 years old. So it just keeps me grounded because I'm not gonna sit here and talk about nobody if I don't know them.
Hey, that's a good point, and I want to hurry up and get us back to E-Rock. I want to jump on you, Tuck. And if you don't know why you don't like them, is what you said. They said this, E-Rock. I don't know if you heard, but they said in one of the shows they had to cut off Bonnie Ross's comment section because it was so vulgar in there. Well, that's what they do to every Microsoft
That's
game.
sad, man.
They do that shit to Forza. They do that shit to
That's
Forza
sad.
Horizon 5. They did it when Halo had a feed all the time. They did it when Gears had a feed every month. It was always vulgarity. So that's what they do to all Microsoft content. Go ahead, E-Rock.
That's
Yeah.
sad. That's sad right there, man.
It's almost to the point now where it's embarrassing to even be a part of this gaming community because I don't want to be associated with a bunch of lunatics. I really don't. I don't want to be associated with a bunch of lunatics who feel as though, listen, nothing you guys do on Twitter matters. You
Okay.
are a microcosm of insignificance. None of your tweets matter. Jabari Clark, Crap Gamer, none of your tweets matter. Yeah, these executives may take their time out of their day to talk to you every once in a while and answer your tweets. Every time Unlimited Production sends us tweets in the chat, and I see folks actually tweeting Phil Spencer directly, like they know him. Tweeting them with dumb shit, right? Nothing you guys have done in the last 10 years has mattered. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, you're spot on because
No, go ahead.
oh no, you're spot on because every time they
Mhm.
bitch and moan, nothing comes of it.
Yep.
And the same happened with the Bonnie Ross case. I promise you, everybody who think that they have this magnificent superpower where they could send a tweet and some executive in Redmond sees, hey, Bonnie Ross, you're fired. Wait, what the fuck happened? Dick Sucker 123 said that you killed Halo. Oh my God, no, nobody's doing that shit.
This woman, I don't know much about Bonnie Ross except
I know a lot about it.
what
Go ahead.
she's done. But like, even if I did know a lot about her, and no offense, what makes any of you think you're important? What make who the hell am I to sit here and think that I have some prognostication on what's going on with these people's lives? It is fucking insignificant. Like I go on Instagram and I see folks in the feed involving Queen Elizabeth and the monarchy. Like, oh, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? No reverence for anything that's bigger than you, and no understanding that you are insignificant. We are. I'm just sorry. I hate to break this to you. Like, damn, Iraq, why are you coming? You're in unless you put your books, your name in the history books, like Bill Gates, Abraham Lincoln, Queen Elizabeth II. You're insignificant.
Mhm.
Have a good life, meet a wife, have some kids, have some offspring, build a better mousetrap. But it seems like I cannot take 5 minutes away from the gaming community, and I come back and there's some bullshit going on. So Bonnie Ross steps down because of a family emergency, and immediately, and it's always got something to do with Xbox. Instead of these people celebrating that they finally got games over there on PlayStation or whatever the fuck, or
Even
Nintendo or
that's
whatever,
debatable.
they can't even do that because this is how pathetic your lives have become.
Let me
And,
stop you. Let me stop you,
and,
Iraq. You
and,
did.
I don't want to lose my train of thought. I'm almost embarrassed to be a part of this shit. I'm almost embarrassed to have started the Iraq X. I've got to be real now.
Now,
I'm almost
don't
embarrassed.
you never feel like that, man.
Well, let me speak because I'm tired of being surrounded by morons. Tuck,
Hey,
not you, not you guys.
dude, you got more around the part of life.
No, I don't want a part of my. I don't want a part of my life, dude.
I feel
Like you going to work every day, and them PlayStation dudes coming at you. They will come at me and get caught with a baseball bat to the kneecaps. Like
See,
like like like
there's only one thing about it, E-Rob.
they would.
They can come at me all they want to. They know the facts. The facts, the truth, and they know that. So that's the reason why they really don't miss me like they used to.
But how
They know
long?
the facts,
How much? How old are you, Tuck? You older than me, ain't you?
huh?
How old are you?
I'm 50, 55.
How much longer? So you got me about 2 years. How much longer are you going to argue about video games with these fucking insignificant losers?
Hey, go ahead and say what you're gonna say, Iraq, because I'm gonna make you remember something you said some time ago. I don't want you to lose your point because you're about to roll off as to
Yeah,
why
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah.
want out of this bullshit. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's just this chick Bonnie Ross. All she's done is she's made the gaming community better. She's made the gaming community better. She did something with her life, and to have these fucking dog walkers, the
Yeah.
motherfuckers that collect carts at Walmart, and motherfuckers who sweep up pee at the fucking Piggly Wiggly, commenting on shit this out of their realm and out of their depth. Jabari Clark, maybe he works at the goddamn Pizza Hut. Like to have these motherfuckers commenting on shit that's out of their depth is just annoying at this point. And it's almost a shame to be a part of the gaming community now. Unlimited production, you know what I'm talking about. This, this,
Oh, I know.
this,
It's what we discussed yesterday.
this is embarrassing at this point to wake up every day or go to Twitter and these motherfuckers are fucking just arguing about stupid shit every day when it's world hunger going on, people are dying. It's just it's crazy to this shit is going on about these stupid fucking toys. Grown men arguing about toys and arguing about executives and you yourselves are dog walkers, motherfucking motherfucker flipping burgers at McDonald's. It's just it's unlimited production is no longer. It's bizarre now.
Yeah.
But I'm done. I wish Bonnie Ross got speed, take care of her family. She still has more money than any of these fools on Twitter.
Oh,
Like
easily.
when she comes back to Microsoft, she'll be welcomed with open arms. Go back to making a six-figure salary a year while these motherfuckers are still on Twitter, tweeting away into fucking infinity. Useless foolishness. You've wasted years of your lives, Jabari Clark, Kid Smooth, Crap Gamer. I've wasted years of my life, fucking with this YouTube shit. I met great people, but like the fact that three grown men are here having to address this shit is bizarre. But go ahead, other.
That's okay. Hey, you touched on Queen Elizabeth. Now, this is, see, when I don't know something, now I get the gist of it. I understand because I know a little bit about it, but I give respect to everyone first. Like Queen Elizabeth. It's people happy that she's dead. And I listen to them.
Oh
Well,
man,
see,
yeah,
no, hold on. I listen to them,
you
and
right.
they they did take things from other countries. They did pillage other countries, and she was one of the ones that saw over this, and you didn't do anything to rectify it. But at the same time, she's a dignitary. Okay, that's a big lady over there. So I fall back.
No,
I understand everything that
here's
happened
the thing about that, man. And I don't know how this went from gaming to politics,
because
but
E-Rock keep going on. He bullet points so many things that's important. Sometimes you have to cause for reflections like, whoa,
yeah,
shit,
but
this joker just boom, boom, boom,
The
boom.
monarchy, the
well,
monarchy,
here's the
the
thing: we
monarchy,
still,
the monarchy is bigger than us. Life
yeah,
is bigger than us. America. Let me tell you something. Iraq. I'm not gonna get my real name over the fucking podcast.
Right.
I'm insignificant. But see, I understand that.
We
The,
understand it. And
the
that's why I
fact
was
that
so
the fact that everybody else does it is mind-boggling to me. Oh, they stole from this place, they stole from that place. So did every fucking body else.
yeah,
The monarchy
exactly.
is why we're here having this podcast and talking shit. To sit and comment about Bonnie Ross or any of these executives making six figures is so futile because I'm not even making fucking four figures. It's so fucking futile. These guys on Twitter are so insignificant. Colin Moriarty, you are so insignificant. But you need to hear it from when I was young, I used to think I was hot shit. Then something happens, you get older, you lose a couple of jobs, you lose a friend to cancer, you lose a brother, you lose a sister, and then you wake the fuck up and realize that unless you
but
learned
E-Rock.
or done something significant or invented the better mousetrap, you're insignificant. So why should Bonnie Ross care about these motherfuckers on Twitter tweeting about her? It makes no fucking sense.
Hey, well, I want Unlimited to go before I go, but I'm gonna talk about what you just said, and I'm gonna tell you why, E-Rock. But go ahead, Unlimited. You were gonna say something about what E-Rock and I were talking about
Oh no,
Queen.
no, Iraq already said my point. Every country done pillage and like
There you
let's
go.
not
Okay,
look. I love this country, man, but let's not sit here
same.
and act like the U.S. didn't fuck up Central and Latin
A lot.
America. All right,
Yeah, just
and
say a lot.
huh?
Just say they fucked up a lot and
A
still
lot.
doing
No,
it
no,
today.
I'm
Hey,
giving
man,
I'm
hey,
giving a
Unlimited.
specific example. I'm giving a specific example.
let me give you a small one. Go, no, you go yours first. Go yours.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving a specific example. Let's not look. I love this country and all, but let's not sit here and act like America didn't put brutal
Yeah,
dictators in these Latin
yeah.
American countries as puppet dictators that
Facts,
brutally
There
kill
you
the
go.
people in
Big
their country, and we still love presidents like Eisenhower, who
facts.
historically well renowned and all this stuff. So
Mhm.
you know, with history, take the morality out of history is kind of what I tell people.
Yeah, and you know, and you're exactly right. And you know what? I'm still mad at the United States government because they took Muhammad Ali's prime from him. Dude, I watch something Ali damn near every week. Okay, that dude was mega special. And but Iraq, back to Iraq, just going insane. The Iraq, you said some time ago, like the people talking in on podcasts and different things like that, saying what they know and all this old grandiose shit. It's like, oh, so now all of a sudden, you said you know what a $2 trillion company needs. You don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? These jokers over here talking about this is what Microsoft needs. This is what Microsoft needs. And when you said that, dude, I laughed myself to sleep
Thank you.
because it's the exactly right. But I'm gonna tell you something else, E-Rock. Like I said, one of the other things that we do is we teach conflict resolution, anger management, and anti-bullying to at-risk schools. If you as a person don't find a buffer, a release, something that's safe. Now, when things go bad, where do you go? When things go bad, if you turn to alcohol, you're going to compound that shit. If you go to a bar and you really pissed, you're going to compound that. If you had a fucked up day and you go to a bottle or you go get your gun and you start walking out, you go get your hunting rifle, your hunting knife, and you go start walking around the street and you piss, something bad can happen. But if you have that release valve, if it's listening to music, if it's your favorite boxer, if it's your favorite book to read, if it's your favorite game, me, gaming, I'm not gonna say it saved my life because my family is great. And if I need to, when things were super bad for me, I had a terrific family and great friends. Hey, you do this shit this way. Hey, you do shit that way. But I could always go play a game. And it's our passion. So this is where you get some of that vigor from. And
Yeah.
I'll never stop. I'm 54. My goal in life is to continue to dunk a basketball. When I can't dunk that basketball, then I think I'll be in a little bit of trouble. I'll be a little shaky. I'll lose a little bit of confidence. But my when I have a fucked up day, dude, I'm playing the game. Okay, sometimes I could play a game, and it all depends on what kind of how fucked up it is. If it's really bad, I'll really try and calm down and play Forza for hours. Okay, but if it's just bad, I'll play Gears, and that's my release valve. So I'm grateful when you're our age, you learn to be grateful for what you have.
Right.
And Zeke, you start putting shit into some kind of fucking perspective. Like I know Tuck and maybe Unlimited and maybe Sega Man and probably he about like, damn, E-Rock, what the fuck happened to you? Why? What you don't like this shit no more? You like doing these podcasts? No, don't get it twisted. I love hanging out with y'all.
Yeah,
I still like my YouTube channel. It's just I have never, I've never in my life, I've been there 53 years, I've never seen a community so just, I've never seen anything like this where
Yeah.
if a person dies, y'all joking, they joking about it. I've
Yeah.
never seen a
Exactly.
community where if somebody stepped down from a job because their son committed suicide, we got to him, we got to him. Bonnie Ross, an executive making six figures, has to step down. Part of a multi-billion-dollar company who's revered at her job, who's respected at her job, who has done something with her life. You got a bunch of motherfuckers who drive Coca-Cola trucks like King Thrash. Dude, you're nobody like me. Shut the fuck up.
Mhm.
Shut the fuck up. You're insignificant.
mhm,
We are blips in the radar, right? And even Bonnie Ross is a blip in the radar. But see, she's a blip in the radar that's done something with her life. So I'm not gonna sit here and talk trash about. Yeah, I talk trash about fucking lying and crying Jim Ryan all day, but I ain't going front. I wish I was making that nigga six figures. Shit, this is my sports fans are not this crazy. The
yes,
Marvel, the
yeah.
Marvel fans, I ain't seen it. Look, man. After the Eagles got dismantled, Eagles fans finally shut the fuck up.
Hey, come
So
on,
so
come on, come
so
on,
so
E-Rock.
so
We
I
could
don't
put
want to get off track.
it's somebody fighting in the stands every weekend at an NFL game.
Yeah, true.
Every weekend, dude.
Zig, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. You just said every weekend.
Every
Every day these motherfuckers is
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Twitter.
it's
They'll
little
play
league
an
games.
No,
NBA
Fight.
game and they play like
other
82
Zig,
games a year.
other Zig, I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit, bruh. Nobody's on Twitter arguing every fucking day. Not
on,
even the
on
goddamn
video
Proud
games.
Boys. Not even the motherfucking
Hey, 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 E-Rock.
The Ku Klux Klan ain't on the fucking Twitter
Hey,
arguing every day about niggas. Ain't
hey,
nobody on Twitter every day except for these damn PlayStation fans
hey, we'll get back.
arguing
We'll
about
get back to.
plastic.
Hey, E-Rock. Let me tell you something, man. Over here, and I know you have it in Philly. We have a show over here. It used to be called the Score Sports Radio 670. Now it's the Score 1000 or whatever it is. I don't listen to it anymore. But talking about arguing over the Chicago Bears, dude, it's legendary.
So
Okay.
I get that. I get that.
Jokers meet up. I'm
So
not bullshit. Motherfuckers meet up and fight over this shit. Over our own
motherfuckers,
quarterback.
motherfuckers is waiting outside of Tom Brady's house to fucking threaten his life.
No, because they'll
Motherfuckers,
get killed. But people, they threaten.
motherfuckers,
Dude, hey, E-Rock, they threaten our quarterback now because he's a nigga.
you giving these PlayStation fans too much credit. You giving
No,
them
they
too
ain't
much.
shit. You
You
know
giving them
that.
I respect these niggas, but you giving these niggas too much rope, motherfucker. You giving them too much rope. I have never, and I'm telling you again, I've never seen any fan base. And Colin Moriarty is the leader of these motherfuckers. Oh, Xbox is a vertical monopoly. You corny ass fucking nerdy ass white boy. I wish I was in the room with Colin Moriarty for 2 seconds on the podcast, but they wouldn't let me in because I would go in. I'm not the calm E-Rock I was 2 years ago when I was on King Thrasher's podcast. I'm a different motherfucker now. I would have shut that shit down in 2 fucking minutes. Colin Moriarty has always been a PlayStation fan. He has always had a Sony fucking butt plug up his ass. He's never owned the Xbox. Why are you speaking on it? I can speak on PlayStation because I've owned 3 of them. But I don't choose to speak on this shit no more because this shit is boring to me. These grown ass men every day. Oh, Microsoft is a monopoly. Oh, look, we got another game like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. What now, Xbox? Oh, Bonnie Ross has stepped down. Our tweets worked. Your fucking tweets. She doesn't know who you assholes are. This is it is. I've never seen such a lack of fucking self awareness. I've never seen such a lack of common sense. And the more I see this shit every fucking day, it leads me to believe that the gaming community are a bunch of fucking lunatics. I'm sorry to be so hostile, guys, but like me and Unlimited Production, we just talking about some other shit 2 days ago. You mean to tell me some more shit started in just 74 hours? That's not even possible unless you're dealing with a bunch of fucking lunatics. Why are you guys dealing with lunatics? Why?
Well,
It
hey,
never ends.
I'll put like this, y'all. I'll put like this, y'all.
And Tuck would have an answer.
The thing that is,
I have an
wait,
answer
wait,
too.
wait, let me get through. Let me get through. Now, y'all wait one thing. Bonnie Ross she just what? She just stepped down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, now just think about it. Now she just stepped down for family emergency, right? So what make you think that she couldn't come back?
Everybody knows she could come back, just like Vince McMahon is going to come back to WWE once the motherfucking rape payoff allegations clear.
No, but I'm just no. When I'm seeing E-Rock, people need to stop. People need to stop arguing and bickering about something that they don't have no control over. The woman is
You
stepping
know what,
down
Tuck, it's
for a
not that they
reason.
don't have control over. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, and that's the part that
Yeah,
pisses me off.
that's
They
true.
don't know what the fuck
Well,
they're talking about. And dear 4568, you need to hear the beginning of the show because you're the reason I'm so calm right now. Even though
and
I
that's
sound sinister, but I doubt it back a little bit because I love the chat, and sometimes they say some shit that I'm like, that was a great point. But you know what E-Rock is talking
just
about. This is my passion. I mean, I'll play video games until my hands go bad or I can't see, and then when I can't play, I'm gonna go
right.
to my kid's house and I'm gonna sit and watch those motherfuckers play because I can't play anymore. That's how bad. I switched from playing sports and basketball when my kids got up there where I had to be with them all the time. Then I said, well, I can't have another broken hand playing basketball. I can't tear my ankle up again. I got to sit on this bucket and catch these fastballs because both my kids were pitchers. So if I fuck up something, who's going to do that? So I quit playing at 43, gave full attention to them. You just have to know your cutoff. But now, since my only thing is number one, my kids, number two, work, number three, I'm playing the game, and that's it. And or watching Lamar Jackson or the Bears play, but you have to have that buffer. And mine is, this is it, you know. And but I get sick of, like you, I was so pissed at the entire Xbox community. I sat there and I listened to all of that shit, and the greatest thing happened. Unlimited sent me a text, said we got to talk about this shit. I'm like, I got new life. I'm like, now we can get on to this shit and we could talk about just how great Bonnie Ross is. I hate, especially me being a business graduate and a marketing graduate and an economics minor. Dude, this woman ran the shit out of a big ass franchise, and all Ryan McCaffrey, all you can do, Destin, and those two girls, all y'all could do is bitch about her not getting something out on time after COVID-19 ruined my daughter's freshman year of college and softball, after it shut the fucking world down. But no, everybody, listen, being a marketing graduate, we listen. Everyone being so critical of Bonnie Ross, no one mentioned what she did under COVID. Not one of these motherfuckers.
And they're not going to.
No,
They
because they
never
don't
will.
know. Because they don't know. And let me add this to what you said, Zane. It's funny how everybody could openly disrespect successful people like Bonnie Ross or disrespect people in power like the Queen, and yet when you throw that back at them, they get all Jim Ryan and start playing victim. Oh, woe is me! It's not my
Absolutely.
fault. My life is like this, and it's funny that they're like that, man. They could throw it out, but they can't dish it or whatever that phrase is. But
Absolutely.
yeah, but man, that was everybody was absolutely on fire.
Hey, I got one more.
Oh yeah, go,
Because
go go ahead, and then we're gonna move on to our final topic.
okay, because you know they took a full shit on the slip space engine. Some shit that Microsoft wouldn't help and didn't want to fund 343. So they say this bitch cost a fucking half what was it, $500,000 for this slip space engine?
They're
So
full of shit.
dude,
Here's how they're full of shit.
so check this out.
They're crapping on the slip space engine, but they're praising the fucking that ridiculous engine from 12 years ago that's running Elden Ring. They tell on
Oh my
themselves.
good. Please don't get me started on that.
They tell on themselves, man. That's why
Definitely. Don't they? Hey, E-Rock, there you go again. See, you see, they tell on themselves when they praising a 12-year-old engine, and then they say, story, story, story. Elden Ring don't even have a fucking story, dude. Shut the fuck up.
you
Okay?
you you you
It
you
don't
you
even
tweet
have a story.
you,
So what? Make up your mind.
you tweeting about Bonnie Ross leaving. Them tweeting about Bonnie Ross leaving is a fucking they telling themselves because I can't count how many I mean I just scored just a bit from the last time hanging out with Unlimited. How many executives in that revolving door over there at PlayStation? Sean Layton,
Andrew
fucking
House, Sean Layton, what was it? Jack Trenton, Andrew Fat Boy Boys, that one dude that said in the Xbox documentary, the PlayStation is far more powerful than your last three PCs. All of it,
and, and
all of
this
it.
is all while Phil Spencer was there. So
And,
when you got that many executives in and out, that looks like a company that has instability. But
look like
nobody
they
ever
want
says
to.
anything.
Nobody says anything. Back to the slip space engine. Everybody talk all of this shit. Okay, no engine does this. And my boy and I, Ramo, was talking about this. He said the slip space engine, this is only scratching the surface because you never really figure that engine out in the beginning. You're figuring this engine out the more things it could do as you move along. This is just the tip of the iceberg. The rest of the slip space engine is underneath water, just like that tidal wave. Dia 4568 said, you don't see that tidal wave coming, but when it gets here, it's too late.
These motherfuckers hate Xbox so much. It's
Big
their
time.
end all be all every day, including Colin Moriarty. We've known who he was for years, so I don't even know
Greg
why
Miller
anything he
too.
comes out of his mouth surprises us. He's been the
Oh,
same dude for
surprise
almost
isn't the word.
17 years. He's the
Surprise isn't the word. I just enjoy I just
So,
enjoy spitting facts on this shit he say. That's all.
same.
And you know, I like target. You know me, Iraq. I like targeting people above me because they got a larger platform. It's funny how they never actually ever. They're never gonna say anything to me. So fuck
Oh
them
no, of
anyway.
course not. They
But
don't know they don't know we exist because they live inside their little bubble and nobody ever steps to them. Nobody ever pulls them to the
Nobody.
side. And says, yo, dude, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then if you pull Colin Moriarty to the side and tell him he's full of shit, he'll look at you with them eyes like, why
He's
why
gonna
you being
throw big
toxic?
words at you. See, he's gonna throw big. See that big word shit probably worked on Salty and Gaming when he went on his
Right.
ass,
Ain't
but
it?
that shit ain't wouldn't work here.
No.
Look, I never make shit up, man, and so I'm gonna pivot to our next topic for tonight, if you guys don't mind,
Let's
and
go.
Yeah.
bring and talk about Colin Moriarty
Oh
and
yeah.
and and another thing. See, I was gonna make a standalone video like I usually do, showing the clips and all that stuff in my commentary, but also upset at the Xbox community that I had to put that aside to the night. And Colin Moriarty, he sat up there on a diatribe and said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the Xbox Activision deal is a vertical monopoly, and that's the words he used, vertical monopoly. And he tried to say that what they're doing won't make sense because how are you going to own Call of Duty and take away a fourth of the install base with taken away from Sony, making it exclusive? How are you going to put it on Game Pass? How are you going to make money back from that, Microsoft?
Mm,
And to
mm.
that, I say, once again that bubble, that gaming bubble that I always talk about, rear its ugly head. And Colin, it's called the Activision Blizzard King deal. Do you know what that means? You know how many IPs and studios is under that other than Call of fucking Duty? You know how much money Candy Crush makes for King and Activision alone? And that's only on your fucking phone.
Way more than Call of Duty.
Yeah, I just found out Diablo 3 alone sold something like 30 million copies worldwide, right? And that's just Diablo 3. That's not talking about the other Blizzard games like World of Warcraft, which was a monster in its heyday, especially at its peak, right? It was so popular, even South Park made an episode about World of Warcraft,
Hmm.
right? And so they have stuff like World of Warcraft that's gonna make a money, Overwatch that's gonna make a money, Diablo that's gonna make a money. Remember, Activision working on a new RPG as well that they haven't revealed yet. That's most likely going to be exclusive. So Colin Moriarty, this Call of Duty situation isn't just Call of Duty itself. It's everything with Activision that's going to also bring in that money. And Colin, smart people work at these fucking companies. I hate to tell you this, it's not morons who are going to be easily duped by your big words and pretty words and phrasing here, but the people at Microsoft, I promise you, they have numbers and information you don't have access to, and they're gonna know when this all plays through. The same way they did with Bethesda when Phil said, "No, we don't need Sony's money on Bethesda." They're gonna know what's gonna make them money, what's gonna be the best course of action, and they're gonna do that. And you have no impact on it. Jim Ryan did not call out Sony. He didn't clap back or whatever you kids say these days. He didn't clap back at Microsoft and none of that shit. He was just bitching and moaning because his company's about to lose 17% of their revenue source. All right.
17%.
Yeah. And so that's why, and that's why whenever, and here's the thing about Colin Moriarty clips, they get sent to me because
Mhm.
when it comes to when you reach a point of making YouTube videos, apparently people just start sending shit to you sometimes. And so a Colin Moriarty clip occasionally comes to me, and I'm like, okay, man, yeah, it's about as ridiculous as it sounds, And on the surface, as always, it sounds plausible, but when you just add a little thought to it, just a little, and that's all I ever ask from people, just think a little,
Just
right?
think. I was
Yeah,
gonna say that a long time
it
ago.
stops
Just
making
think.
yeah, it stops making any sense. So
Hmm.
tough method, man. You think Colin Moriarty is right? Do you think that Activision deal is a vertical monopoly? Which, by the way, he didn't even define it, right? He's just throwing out big words that sound smarter than he actually is, man. So let me get your thoughts on the matter.
I tell you right now, what he need to do is talk about, okay, what is Sony doing? They got what the games they got locked up that we're not gonna get on Xbox for the next 3 years. That's what he need to be talking about.
Some
We're not
Japanese stuff,
we're
some
not
out
gonna
of
be
touch.
getting Final
What they got,
Fantasy.
what they got took is some out of touch Japanese stuff that's a generation behind. All right,
Yeah,
and
I know.
even
I
with the
know. And I'm
Japanese
just
games,
saying, if you're
I
gonna be
agree.
fair,
I acknowledge that they're behind on the time.
but I don't get what he's saying about it's not no damn monopoly. Heck, Microsoft's not even owning the Tipberg of games. I mean, they just pissed off because Microsoft was getting Activision. and that's it. I mean, as soon as the doggone deal's over with, I'll be so glad, and I hope that Microsoft stick it to them.
Yeah, man. Well, once this Activision deal goes through, Tuck, I don't want to say the word Activision for like a year because we talked about it so much. I'm ready
I
to
want,
go.
hey, I want to stick it to them so doggone bad it's pitiful because it's like for number one, Jim Ryan crying, arguing about something that he don't have no control over. Xbox is trying to give him an extra 3 years on top of the doggone thing that Activision signed with him. They mad about it because it's not going to come year in and it's not going to come every damn year from here on out. Microsoft already said they're going to come out with it every other year. So you might as well take the 6 years and pipe down Jim Ryan and let that be that. But you know what? If I am Phil, I'm saying, you know what? I'm being Mr. Badass. After the 3 years is up, it's done. Because if you think about it, hey, they might not come out with the damn Call of Duty for another 3 years. You never can tell. I mean, since they got it, since they're gonna get it. And let's be honest. Let's be honest. And Moriarty, man, please. He needs to just grow up and get a pair, man. I mean, that's all it's for what he is saying, that is just downright blasphemy for what he's saying because
Yeah.
Microsoft does not own
Hey, Tuck, sorry to
Microsoft
cut you
does
off.
not own it is not a monopoly. And that's the bottom line. And everybody knows it, but these so-called PS fans gonna keep on saying that, and that's it. I mean, because they pissed off. I mean,
Yeah,
when they lose, boy, when they lose Call of Duty, dude, it's damn near over with, man. And like I said, it's damn near over with. That is damn near over with this year if they get it this year.
yeah. Oh
That
no, it is
if they
coming
get it
this
next
year.
year, it's all over with.
I mean, the
You,
end
but
is going to come.
you know
Like,
what's going to happen when Microsoft get it? After this year, they ain't making it for another 2 or 3 years.
yeah,
So, and that's the reason why I said Microsoft should be happy.
Activision said that wasn't the case though.
Huh?
That was something Jason Schreier said that they weren't going to make Call of Duty every year. Activision said that's not true. So we really don't know. And no
yeah,
one will know. Microsoft can't make really they can, but they can't make an actual decision until the ink dries. But we don't remember that started on a Jason Schreier article. I don't believe shit that bitch say. If he said my online name was Others Inc., I'd say shut the fuck up lying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying what Microsoft is saying. If once they get it, they're not going to make it every year.
That's what Jason Schreier said. And people tried to parlay that and saying Microsoft said that. Microsoft didn't say no shit like that.
Well,
And
I was just
it's like 9 developers making Call of Duty.
well,
That's why
what?
they
In
can
this
make it
case,
every year.
but in this case, I don't think I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it if I don't. I wouldn't mind if Microsoft cut it down to every year. I mean, whether they said it or not. I would love to see them do it every 2 to 3 years, so the people can get so people can get more creative. I mean, you got the same Call of Duty coming out every year for
Mhm.
the
And,
last
and think about it, like E-Rock said, we older. Man, I used to play Call of Duty all the time. I haven't bought the last 6 iterations. I'm buying
well,
this one. But even though we don't like it, man, we don't like it, right? But there are literally millions and millions and millions of people that love this game.
yeah.
So
right.
Hey,
it's
Zink,
who are we to say that they shouldn't make it, you know?
hey,
Let them
Zink.
make their shit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Zink. No,
But the only
but
thing
Tuck,
I'm saying is, go
hey,
ahead.
Tuck, but Tuck, here's why they're not going to do that. You know what the best-selling game has been for the last 14, 15 years is?
Oh, it's Call of Duty.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this: why would you stop that?
Why would I
Because
stop it?
yeah, because reviews don't matter. That's just opinions,
Nope.
and you're still making money hand over fist over even if even look. We all say the same shit. Call of Duty is the same game, but
Yep.
you know what's made money every single year for them?
Call of Duty.
Yeah. So what incentive do they have to stop being the best? Like, and it's not even the top five, top 10, or nothing. It's literally Tuck the best selling game for over
Yep.
for a decade and a half. And so
Well, what
given,
I'm saying
given
is
earlier
that
today,
what I'm
just got
saying is this,
done.
fellas. No, what I'm saying is this. It would just be nice for them
Mm-mm.
not to make it every year. Not
No,
to make it every
that's
year.
no. It's like E-Rock is saying. It's not about us. Dude, I don't like Minecraft. Minecraft is the biggest game on the planet
Right,
ever.
right.
I will never play Minecraft. But just because I don't even a game that I don't like that's not for me, GTA, I said it was the game of the generation a generation ago. Dude, Grand Theft Auto 5 it was amazing, but it's not for me. But just because it's not for us or me, don't mean that we stop making we stop cooking fish because I'm allergic to fish. Hey, y'all don't need to have red lobster. Fuck that, because I'm allergic to everything come out of the water that's cooked, right? So, but it's other people like this shit. Like we not going to shop at Unlimited may shop at Victoria's Secrets, but I'm not shopping at Victoria's Secret anymore, you know. But that store is going to continue to exist. It's that's big scale marketing. Hey, you got to think about the consumers that don't pertain to you.
Yeah.
And there's a lineage. Even my son, Call of Duty all the time. He don't even play Call of Duty anymore, and he was a badass at Call of Duty. But it's just one of those things. It was people on the media has been trying to kill Call of Duty for years, but I was trying to wait for y'all to finish because Colin don't know what the fuck a vertical monopoly is.
Well, more like what I'm trying to say is I would like because I have about a Call of Duty, not the last one, not the one before that, but that's like the 3 years ago. That was one of the best ones, the Modern Warfare one. That was one of the best ones that they went because they went back to their old roots. But I would love to see them make more maps. I would love to see them put more maps on the board than just making another game every damn year. And a lot of people would love to see that happen. I mean, just not me. I think a lot of other people love to see that happen.
Yeah, man, but those are YouTubers. YouTubers represent less than 4% of the overall video game market. It like
Yeah,
E-Rock is saying, we're insignificant. Now we have a big population that's talking, but we don't mean shit to the numbers, to the actual bottom line numbers. We
well,
just a bunch of motherfuckers running our mouths.
that's
And
true.
like I said, I haven't bought the last six. I'm only buying this Call of Duty, even if I never played it. I don't know shit about it. I'm just buying this bitch because I'm glad Microsoft is putting the screws to Sony, and like Hebot said, he want them to make it exclusive. I want Phil Spencer to turn into Jimmy Superfly Snooker reincarnated and fly across the top rope all the way to the other side of the ring and just smash the fuck out of Jim Ryan and all of Sony.
Hey, E-Rock, he used that analogy earlier, and I try to tell him, man, Snuka ain't revered like he was in the '80s.
Yeah, hey, E-Rock. Unlimited as he always does, kick me when I'm down. Like when he said I lived in the igloo and I was kissing babies, I had to save him and shit. He said, "Hey, E-Rock probably knows this that Superfly Snooker killed his girlfriend." So yeah, he made me feel bad. Unlimited ain't shit.
Hey, and with that, I'm gonna pivot to my brother E-Rock X, man. Um, so yeah, E-Rock, let me get your thoughts on this matter, man. With Colin Moriarty saying that this Activision deal is a quote unquote vertical monopoly, even though, oh Lord, and see, E-Rock, this is why I say I can't see myself doing this forever because I got to explain it again. A monopoly by law is like not owning 90% or more of a certain market, and even after this Activision deal, Xbox ain't gonna own 90% of the FPS games or none of that shit or video gaming in general. But let me get your thoughts, my friend.
Hey, let me compound your vertical monopoly. A vertical monopoly is usually owned by two separate companies. So what the fuck is he talking about? Microsoft is going to be the sole owner of Call of Duty. Shut the fuck, Colin. You don't have a business degree, you dumb motherfucker.
But he believes that he does. He believes he's so intelligent and so meta because he was on Podcast Beyond and he was a part of IGN. And he's just a huge microcosm of these PlayStation fans. You know, it's okay to like something. It's okay to love Marvel. It's okay to love DC. It's okay to love your favorite sports team. It's okay to love your precious PlayStation. But when it becomes an obsession like this, to where you're spouting out utter nonsense, King Thrash, Jabari Clark. Yeah, I love naming names. What the fuck are they gonna do to me? Tie
Name
me
'em.
down and beat me with fucking socks with quarters in them? What the fuck y'all gonna do to me? Um, Kid Smooth, all you guys, fucking Saltiest Gaming, y'all are a microcosm of insane lunatics. But Colin Moriarty may be the most insane. He's had the biggest platform. He has admittedly he doesn't like Xbox. He's never owned an Xbox. He will never own an Xbox. But he has a great deal to say about Xbox. He has a great deal to say about Xbox buying ZeniMax Bethesda. He has a great deal to say about Game Pass. He was one of the ones chiming in on Jim Ryan's foolishness about I don't think Game Pass is sustainable. He's always got these great comments and this wise stuff to say about how what Microsoft is doing is unfair and it's a vertical monopoly. Really intelligent sounding shit, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing about Colin Moriarty. With him, he tells on himself. One, he's never owned an Xbox. He don't like Xbox. He ain't never going to like Xbox. His studio is blue. His room is blue. The motherfucker probably got on blue drawers. And it's always these same wimpy, goofy looking, fucking droopy faced Jabari Clark looking fags. I'm sorry. I'm going there. They've got something to say about fucking Xbox. This guy, he's been on the same soapbox now for 17 years. He's been, or however long it's been since the fucking 360, the Xbox 360 launched. He's been on the same soapbox for all those years. Xbox. You are a PlayStation dude. Why are you always worried about Xbox, right? So Xbox getting Activision is a vertical monopoly. But I'm willing to bet you that if it was PlayStation that would have done it, here's what would have came out of Colin Moriarty's mouth. Oh, what's Xbox gonna do? Xbox needs to do something. Xbox needs to compete. That's what we heard, wasn't it, Colin Moriarty? Wasn't it King
Absolutely.
Thread? Wasn't it Jabari Clark or Jabari Strife or whatever you call yourself now?
Everybody.
Wasn't that
Rand.
all we heard, Rand? Wasn't that all we heard? Saltiest Gaming. Xbox needs to compete. Xbox needs to compete. Amazing how now the Xbox has bought ZeniMax, Bethesda, and Activision, and they own everything. And this deal's going to go through. There's nothing you can do. And that's what I meant by insignificance. I hope I didn't insult anybody on this panel
No, you
or
did.
anybody in this comment section by being fucking real. Insignificance because the nerve to think that you can stop this multi-billion-dollar deal is absurd. The nerve to think that any petitioning or anything that we do here in Philadelphia, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Anything we do here in Philadelphia is going to make Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority run any faster or make them lower their fares. Insignificance. Insignificance. So when I look at guys like Colin Moriarty and his nonstop whining and his nonstop crying and his nonstop bitching year after year after year, you get older, you get some self-awareness. I'm not the same E-Rock I was in 2006. I'm not the same E-Rock I was, hell, in 2020. These guys are the same dudes they were other Zinc last year, the year before then, the year before that. Xbox. Uh, I've stopped making less and less PlayStation videos because why am I going to keep making videos about a company that's insignificant? Why am I going to keep making videos about a company that's on their way out? Why am I going to keep making videos about a company that clearly is on their last gasp? It's a waste of my time. Colin Moriarty, at some point, I don't know if you got a wife or a girlfriend. I doubt it. Nobody who is obsessive about a fucking plastic box that much can even get near pussy, let alone get actually laid.
He
But
does
like,
have a girlfriend, and he may kill her one day because she play Xbox too much.
I don't know how the fuck this dude has a girlfriend. How the fuck is that possible? Because this must be the year of wimps getting pussy because this is the wimpiest, spineless motherfucker. I would just like 2 minutes with him in a podcast, right? Just 2 minutes to just shoot down all his bullshit. Just tell him We ain't got to go through facts and figures and sales. All that shit's irrelevant. Well, the PlayStation 3 outsold this, and it's irrelevant because Xbox made the most money last generation. Xbox is making the most money this generation. Xbox is about to dominate the gaming industry, and there's nothing you can do about it. But get out. But get out of the game. Get out of the gaming space. But Colin Moriarty, he's the same dude he's always been. He's going to always hate Xbox. He's never going to take that fucking PlayStation vibrator out of his ass. I hate to look at his wimpy, stupid, smug-looking face. I hate to look at his fucking Jabari's stupid, smug-looking face. They all look the same. They all look the fucking same. It's all like this obsession y'all have with this stupid Japanese company and this stupid Japanese fucking box is why, and this is true facts. When that company finally closes, live in the chat, we're all going to get together if we're still around and crack open bottles of champagne, no avatars, our actual faces, and drink to the death of Sony. It's time. This company deserves to go the fuck away. And you had a guy named Wildhorse74 like, you gamers, why do you want to see PlayStation go away?
That ain't shit.
Motherfucker, are you for real? Have you even been around the last 22 years, 25 years to see all the bullshit they pulled?
Mm-hmm.
And when they go away, their stupid, obsessed, lunatic fringe fan base and their leader, Colin Moriarty, will go with them. He's a fraud. He's a joke. He's never owned an Xbox. He don't care about Xbox. And if Tuck, if Zinc, if Unlimited, if Jeremy Brown, if Sega Forever, if Mass Effect, if the shoe was on the other foot, and it was PlayStation that had the money to buy Activision,
they would have
be dancing in the fucking streets and saying Xbox is dead. What are you going to do? Because they want you all to be miserable. But for some reason, you guys aren't. You guys are happy playing Game Pass or playing your games. They want you to be miserable like them. How miserable must it be to be Colin Moriarty and sit up there and say some shit like, oh, Xbox owning Activision is a vertical slice. Was it a vertical slice when fucking Peacock bought WWF's videotape library? Was it a vertical slice when fucking Comcast bought all of these smaller companies? Somebody got an echo on or something's going on.
So that's me. That's me, y'all. Sorry about that.
It's okay, Tuck. We've only been doing these podcasts now for 5 years. Like when these fucking acquisitions happen, these motherfuckers never say shit about. Is it fair that Disney bought up Star Wars, Marvel, Indiana Jones, 20th Century Fox, and did away with one of my favorite studios, Fox Searchlight Pictures, who produced some of the greatest independent film of the last 20 years? I didn't cry about it. I didn't bitch about it because Unlimited, there was nothing I could fucking do about it. What the fuck can I do about Disney buying Fox and liquidating Fox Searchlight Films? They gave us shit like The Full Monty. They gave us all of these great fucking films and shit, right? It was nothing I can do about it. Let Disney fucking implode as they're imploding now with the fucking oversaturating Star Wars and oversaturating Marvel, and Pinocchio got some of the worst reviews of any movie ever. Look, I have no control over what's that?
I said, there's a Pinocchio movie?
That's how insignificant all of this output and trash is. The Unlimited production doesn't even know that Disney put out a Pinocchio movie at a cost of $150 million. They made a Pinocchio movie and it's being trashed because no one wants to see this fucking shit anymore. But anyway, fucking oh yeah, by the way, the Little Mermaid fucking trailer is just being fucking sodomized on YouTube. But anyway, it couldn't happen to a better fucking company, and I don't cry no tears over PlayStation getting their ass kicked. Oh, Colin Moriarty, you're a fucking joke. You've always been a PlayStation fanboy, but you don't have the courage to say that you're a PlayStation fanboy and say that you hate Xbox, and we will respect you. So your little shit about Activision being a vertical slice is more of you trying to sound intelligent when you're the biggest dumbass in the world, because when this Activision deal goes through, just off yourself or do whatever it's going to do, but he won't. He'll still be in the Twitter space talking this shit, Unlimited production. Colin Moriarty's a joke, and every second we waste on this dude is a loss of brain cells.
No, it can't be a loss. Let me jump in. It can't be a loss of brain cells because at least our chat can be educated. Colin said, how are they going to make their money from it? Here, Colin, here it comes from actual degree business major, Colin. The reason Netflix is in debt is because they were using other people's property. Hmm. Kind of like Sony does with they stupid ass. Oh, we'll have exclusive rights to this, but we don't own it, Sony boss. That's okay. It sounds good on paper. Okay, so let's pay them for exclusive rights. Keep it off Xbox.
Yeah.
Get,
And
it gives
Netflix,
you no, it
in
gives you
Netflix's
money.
defense, oh sorry, in Netflix's defense, they haven't making their own original fucking properties.
I
You
was
notice
getting there.
they got rid of all of that Marvel shit, or they're
I was
getting rid of it slowly.
Yeah, they actually Marvel wanted Disney wanted a lot of it back because they started a service, but Netflix started off in debt because they were using other people's shit. Microsoft started Game Pass, Colin, with their own money that they made from Halo, a game that y'all have been hating on for 22 years, Colin. I haven't forgotten this
Preach,
shit. So
preach.
when you make money off of things that you own, cash cow businesses that you own that you don't have to pay attention to that feed your other projects, you start Game Pass for free with your own money. Hey Colin, Game Pass, here's how they make money off of Call of Duty. Microtransactions,
Yep.
Colin, you dumb motherfucker. Hey, also more Game Pass subscriptions, Colin. Cause let's say, Colin, after 8 months, stupid ass, 8 months ago, they said in November, hey, we have 25 million subscribers. Let's say they don't have any more. At $15 a month, Colin, that's $375 million a month that you make, you fucking dummy. Okay? So you keep piling on to this. Hey, Colin, they make their own money. They don't need Microsoft money. Like Erod tried to tell your stupid ass, Colin. Hey, the Xbox division is worth
He
$600
wasn't here.
billion, but you don't listen. But you keep not listening because I love educating our public because somebody with a real business degree can tell you guys, hey, this is how you make money. You don't forget the small guy. You make money off of these small guys. You don't make money off of people off of one transaction. God
So
of War will be sold at $70
I'm
when it releases, and it will never make another dollar again. Colin, that's how
Hey,
you do that.
perfectly put, Zinc. And you know that's the crux of it all, man. It's just that at this point, everything that Sony says, Sony fanboys, Colin Moriarty likes are saying, it's just nonsense because I don't think people realized Meta, the guys who run Facebook, they were praising the Activision deal this
Yep.
week.
I'm glad you brought that up.
All right, so let's not forget, and Meta is way bigger than Sony. All right, get outside the gaming bubble. Look at the top companies. Sony ain't nowhere until you in the hundreds, like the 150s, maybe. All right. While Microsoft, Meta, and Google and all them, they're in the top fucking 10. And I'm telling you, if Facebook don't care, if Apple don't care, if Ubisoft, EA, Amazon don't care, this gonna pass through no issues. No issues outside of just the talking points for content, basically, which is, to me, that's all it is at this point.
They're scared shitless, unlimited, Zinc, and Tuck, because their world is changing. And can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
What most intelligent people do, notice I just said intelligence. When
Mhm.
their world is changing, they adapt. We went from going to the bank to withdraw money and using Mac cards. We went from fucking calling folks with a rotary phone that your grandmother had to touch phones. Most folks adapt to change and adapt to their world changing. We live in a digital world now. PlayStation fans, they don't want to adapt to the fact, and they don't want to accept the fact that PlayStation isn't the bee's knees anymore. They're not bitching anymore. They're not the cool kid anymore. And then Microsoft, this company that y'all kept, Xbox, this company that y'all kept kicking, y'all kept poking that damn fucking hornet's nest for years. Xbox needs to compete. Xbox needs to do better. So they did better. They did way better than anybody ever imagined. And now it's all of this fucking bullshit and crying. But there's nothing you could, and I think they know that now.
Yeah,
They know that now, the Colin Moriartys of the world, the Jabari Clark. So they think if they make enough noise, something will happen. Historically, that's never worked. That's never fucking worked, right? There's nothing you guys can do. But like, I guess we'll just be subjected to these fucking tweets and these dumb hot takes and dumb, just stupid fucking shit out of these dudes, all these dudes' mouths, like, well, Xbox guys didn't care about this too, blah blah blah. And, it's a vertical takeover and blah blah, and it's a monopoly, blah blah blah. When you guys were quiet for years about Sony keeping Spider-Man locked behind a fucking PlayStation paywall, when you guys were happy with fucking Final Fantasy 7 being locked behind PlayStation, all of that shit was great. All of that shit was great. But now that Microsoft is giving you a taste of your own medicine, Colin Moriarty, you don't like. You know what that makes you? A pussy. You know what that makes you, Jabari Clark? A faggot. That's what that makes you guys. And this is why I'll never be on the podcast, because at 53, I don't have to be civil no more. I tried being civil once on these other podcasts. It didn't work. I don't have to be civil anymore. I don't have to be civil with these goddamn lunatics. Unlimited Production, who can't accept that their world is changing. We took it on the chin when the Dreamcast went away. We there was nothing we could do about it. I took it on the chin when fucking greedy Disney bought fucking Fox, 20th Century Fox, and they're doing everything in their power to fucking destroy this fucking shit. They're doing everything in their power to destroy every goddamn property. Look, do you motherfuckers really give a shit about fucking Cassius Andor? Of course you don't. But it don't matter. Did anybody ask for a fucking Pinocchio or a Little Mermaid now? There's nothing we can do about it, because Disney is going to keep on until they burn themselves out. Sony kept on with the time exclusives, unlimited, until they burned themselves out. And so now all of these guys want to cry and bitch and moan because Microsoft made all the right moves. Microsoft now owns a huge section of the gaming industry. It's ridiculous. It's futile. Colin Moriarty has no idea of how insignificant he is, but he's been given a platform so long, and apparently has a girlfriend, according to the Zing. He thinks he's somebody. Nigga, you ain't nobody. You ain't nothing. Commenting on this multi-billion-dollar company. This deal is going to go through. Bobby Kotick has already built his motherfucking summer home in the fucking Hamptons. He already found another bitch to smack. This shit is going through. You might as well just move on with your fucking lives. But you PlayStation losers, you can't move on with your lives, other thing, because they made this shit personal. They got in the dirt. They never fucking got over Xbox 360 humiliating them for 10 years. And they want things to be like it. They was happy when it was the fucking Xbox One era, because everybody was kissing PlayStation's ass and Xbox done 1080p. Xbox has no games. C to Z's. They were happy when it was that. But then slowly but surely, some weird shit started happening. Game Pass came in, took off. And this multi-billion-dollar company that was $590 billion became a $675 billion company. They was happy in the faggots of Boys Town until, oops, the Xbox Series X drop. Oops, 12 teraflops. Oops, more power. Oops, Game Pass now, 25 million, or I don't know how many millions fucking subscribers. Oops, ZeniMax, Bethesda gets bought. Now you don't have access to Doom, fucking Elder Scrolls, none of that shit. None of that shit. Oh, wait a minute. They better not buy Activision. Oops, they bought Activision. Now you don't have Call of Duty no more. So now these motherfuckers that talk shit for 9 years are crying. Colin Moriarty. And anybody who can get this podcast to any PlayStation fan out there, I have no sympathy for any of you, because you deserve every fucking failure experiencing now. I'm not going to cry for you. I can't wait till this Activision deal go through. We are going to crack open a bottle of champagne live on air.
And I'm gonna go off, and I'm at the airport. I have to pick up old lady, and my fun is over. But like you guys were just saying, and Unlimited ended on talking about Call of Duty in this deal. You guys know this deal is not even about Call of Duty. It's about Activision was failing. They had multiple lawsuits. The company was in turmoil. Microsoft, they offered, they people, Activision wanted to be purchased because it's huge and they were going down. Nothing could save them, so they asked to be purchased. No
Bob,
one's going to
Bobby,
turn this.
Bobby Kotick was sitting at his office desk with no drawers on. Don't leave that out.
It
So
had no draw, and so this is nothing to do. People just crying and trying to save Sony. Everybody opening their stupid
thank
mouth just wants to save Sony. This is a deal way bigger than Call of Duty. Way bigger than Call of Duty. This is about saving a company and saving all of the people, the vendors and the subcontractors,
thousands of people.
everybody that maintains an Activision building. There are hundreds of
The
thousands of
janitors.
people that are employed. See, these are the microeconomic things that people don't know a damn thing about, and thinking this is about Call of Duty. This don't have shit to do with Call of Duty. Okay, that's why this deal is going to 100% close, and that's why I said that soon as it was announced, it will be impossible to stop this deal.
It's going to close. It's going to close because the fucking the officers of the company have a fucking responsibility as responsible business managers.
Let me stop right there. You hit another point. That is such a responsibility. I want to get this one right. The percentage of shareholders that have a vote, if they didn't want I think only like it's a small number, like 30 or 51% have to vote in favor of. 98% of these cats were like, yo, we want to sell. It is impossible to stop this deal.
$68 billion. First of all, I want to meet the 2% who didn't agree to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want to know what's going through their mind when somebody say, "Hey, we got a $70 billion deal. Y'all in?" I want to see the 2% is like, nah, that ain't gonna work for me.
You'll never find them because
I don't want to buy a new house.
you won't find them because Warren Buffett buried them already.
Yeah,
They in that shallow ass lake in Nevada in a blue barrel. That's why they are.
Probably because I can't picture anybody turning down 70 billion. The only situation that could possibly happen is a situation that won't happen, and that's if a $1 trillion company was being bought, which just ain't happening because they're the ones buying up everything. Fuck. So and Zink, I want to touch on something you said, man. You talked about saving. Everybody want to save Sony. Guys, how's it that that all these business experts forget that the number one thing businesses need is money? Just buy the shit if you want to save them.
Thank you. And that's the way to throw some shit out right there.
Let me ask you this. What happened this week? There was a game that was on Sony that they just took off. It hadn't been on there for a year yet. And Square Enix took it off the board.
What game is that, Tuck?
Let me see what game it was.
Babylon or some bullshit.
Oh, the platinum game. Okay, the platinum game. Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
And look. Hey, good point, Tuck, because that's a multiplayer game. And all we hear is hey, why don't Sony why don't they do their own multiplayer version of Call of Duty? Look at Babylon Falls.
Yeah.
Look at that game Cliffy B did a couple years ago. Look at that All-Star racing game they did that was multiplayer. That shit was free. That game was fucking free on PlayStation 5 and it died in a week.
Hey, you know why they can't create a multiplayer game? Because they don't have a visionary like Bonnie Ross that could create a team with 0 employees. How about that?
Boom. Yeah. Maybe Sony should hire Bonnie Ross, but they can't afford her.
No, they can't afford her.
This is crazy.
Yeah, and with that, I think we're gonna close it out for tonight, man. It was a great show, and let's get back to the rest of our week. Enjoy our lives, enjoy gaming. It's football season, so people like me are having the time of our lives as well.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, man, hey, Tuck Master, let them know where they could find you.
Hey, wait a second. Look on the Instagram of look on the Instagram Unlimited. I'm sending it right now.
What are you sending me, Tuck?
I've been sending this shit right now.
Did you say some food, E-Rock?
Some foolishness.
No, now read it. It's on the Instagram right now.
Oh, it says regulators put the brakes on Microsoft's Activision acquisition.
What? Who said what? What happened?
Regulators put the brakes on Microsoft Activision acquisition.
What are you talking about?
It just came in today. It just came in.
I'm reading what Tuck just sent me.
Depends on who it's from and whether it's legit or not.
Is that a title or something?
Yeah, from yeah, it's the title of an article here.
If it's not from Reuters, or CNN, it's bullshit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Because the regulators damn sure didn't put the brakes on Disney buying up fucking everything they could buy up.
Hey, dude, it doesn't matter.
It's about the UK. It's about the UK probes into it looks like the UK probes into
Hey man, a foreign country can't do shit over here. Period.
Okay.
Motherfuckers can't do nothing.
I just gotta bring. You know how I am. I'm gonna bring the thing to light either way it go.
No, we should cuss your ass out for bringing that shit up.
But I'm gonna always let y'all see it though.
No, we should cuss your ass out for that.
Well, you know what? You cuss me out all you want to. I deserve it. I take it. I deserve it.
Yeah, man. If it's not an official announcement from Microsoft or from CNN or Reuters or some shit like that, it's some bullshit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They want this shit. They want this deal to fail so bad, man. I've never seen a merger not go through when the motherfucking board says, yeah, it's going through. So just.
Okay.
so let them know where they can find you, Tuck.
Okay, everybody, you can find me at this podcast that we always do on Unlimited Truth every once in a while. You know, when he gets activated there, and then when he get aggravated, he's gonna bring the truth out. So I'm glad to see him get all of us aboard and all that stuff. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, the Xbox, the Xbox Lions Den, Unlimited Truth. Hey, dude, you just a good dude, man. And I'm glad to be with you today, Elder Zink. Yeah, and if y'all wanna cuss me out, okay? I deserve it. So.
We'll never do that. Hey, let me end mine right here. Hey man, it was great, man. I'm glad the Unlimited Truth showed up.
Yeah.
I needed to get this off my chest. I'm about to pick my old lady up, and we're about to go to Giordano's to get some damn pizza, dude.
Nice.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all later, man. Gotta go.
All right, Zink.
Okay. Yep. That's all I got to say, y'all.
All right, cool. E-Rock, let them know where they can find you, man.
Hey, you got to find me on the E-Rock X channel, man. Guys, enjoy gaming. Just pick up your controllers, enjoy gaming, enjoy life. There's nothing you can do about these big deals. There's nothing you can do about these major acquisitions. There's a fine line between being a fan of something and being a lunatic. Don't be a fucking lunatic. I was a lunatic once. I own up to it, and then I grew up. I say, hey, this is lunatic. This is lunatic behavior. Move on with your life. Get laid. Get some pussy. Go out.
E-Rock, you are still lunatic. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but man,
we just gotta bring it out of you now.
Nah, man, when I'm on Twitter every day, on some bullshit, then you can call me a lunatic, man. I like these guys are gone, man. But it's always great to be here for the Unlimited Truth, man, and Bonnie Ross, man. Take care of your family business. Godspeed, and to the Xbox team and the Bonnie Ross, thank you for making Halo Infinite so great, and thank you for getting me to enjoy gaming again. Because if it wasn't for you, I'm fully invested in this Xbox ecosystem because you guys gave a shit. And thank you. And like Unlimited Production always says, enjoy some shit in your life, man. Or else you'll be miserable. Like apparently Colin Moriarty is miserable. So that's all I got to say, man.
There's a lot of PS people miserable right now.
Yeah,
but a lot of them are at your job too.
Yeah.
I don't. They can do the job all they want to. They know the truth. They know it's about to happen, and damn thing they can do about it. So, you know, and that's it.
Hey, exactly, man. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. You know the deal. Enjoy gaming, and we are out.
All right.